right now, and welcome everybody. We are live. We are live right now. Oh, hello, Dennis. Hello, champion. How are you? Glad to see you, Dennis. All right. Welcome, everybody. We are live right now. And because we are live right now, I'll just finish right now a coaching session with one of my clients who has a business with several employees. Dennis, I'm doing good. You're doing good, you too? That's amazing. All right. Okay, so as we wait for people to join in this live, we are live on all the social media. We are live on Instagram. We are live also on Facebook, different communities, and we are live on LinkedIn. Because right now I have a special message for all my friends who have a team, who have a business, who are working and dealing with people. Okay, so thank you all of you to have joined us right now. And thank you, Diana. Thank you, Diana, for being with us right now. And as you can see right now, I was just finishing a coaching session. And in this coaching session, I just had something that amused me so much. And in this coaching session, I was talking with this business owner, and suddenly there were a couple of things that were really important. Okay. And which I want to share with you right now. So I said, okay, let me just go live right now and talk about the 7 characteristics of a perfect leader. And it's kind of provocative. Okay. It's provocative because there's no perfection in reality. Just one second. There's no perfection. And I don't like the word perfect. But what happens, I'm provoking you because there's no perfection. There is progress. But I wanted to provoke you and see what you think and what is going to be your reaction. Okay? So, as we move on right now, I would just like you to write down a couple of things. When you think about leadership, okay, what comes into your mind? Because normally we have the concept that being a leader is executing power on other people. When you think about being a leader and leading your team, we think, oh, I have to be the one to tell people what to do. They need to do it. They need to obey me. They need to listen to me. Okay? Hello, Gabriela. All right. And what happens? The reality is that instead leadership should be seen as a way for us to be able to develop other people so they can have power in their life, power on their own choices, power with their own decisions, power on taking on responsibility and executing. So for all of you who are right now live in all the channels where you are right now, if you have got a team, or if you have a business, or if you have to deal with people, okay? Hello, super trainer. Glad to see you. If you've got a team or you're working with people, you need to understand these principles of leadership. These principles of leadership is what I learned on my own expense. Okay, I wasn't born as a leader. I had to develop this leader. So if you'd like to write this down. Leaders are developed. And your job as a leader, if you've got a company, if you've got a team, if you've got people you're working with, your job as a leader is exactly to be able to transfer power into the people who you're working with. But what happens? Normally, in our small mind, we are afraid of what happens if they get power. What happens if, as a leader, I train them and then they leave me, then they go, then they abandon me. I have to start back everything. Well, I have some good news for you today. In this live, I'm going to share with you 7 principles, 7 characteristics that can define you as a leader. And right now, I was having this coaching session. And when I was having this coaching session, I said, wait a minute. There are some things I can work on. There are some things I need to share with everybody. So I guided step by step this business owner I was talking with, and I want to share with you these same principles, okay? So write down in the comments, yes, if you are happy and excited for me to share with you these principles right now, okay? Write down in the comments, tell me yes. I'm now gonna start now sharing them with you, okay? So what happens? In leadership, as I said previously, most of the times we think that leadership is the ability of you to execute power towards the people who are below you, your team, and your members. In reality, leadership is you allowing the other people to be able to execute power. So if you are a leader, do not be afraid of allowing other people to progress. The key word of this quick live is progress. If you allow your team to progress, if you allow your team to evolve, if you allow to transfer part of your power on your team so they are empowered to work, to do, to perform, trust me, you'll get results. When I was a director back then, many years ago in Italy, and I had over 600 people I was managing and leading, with my direct leaders, I was trying to keep them apart. I was trying to keep the secrets away from them. I was trying not to tell them, not to get them involved. Why? Because I was scared. Now, let me tell you one thing that can really help you and transform your skills of leadership right now. You grow as a leader and you evolve as a leader when you train your team to do exactly what you're doing. And let me add on, even better. If you are able to train your team to do things even better than the way you do them, that's where you will be successful as a leader. That's the parameter of measuring the level of success of a leader. Okay, now let's start on, because I want to do a quick live with you right now, spend some time with you, and I'm going to share with you what are the 7 principles. Okay, now for those of you who are following me on the other social media networks, you are going to see some bullet points I have put outside. For those of you, my friends who are right now on Instagram, I will drop them down to you one by one. Okay, so let's get on. So point number 1, the first characteristic of a leader is the ability to share their vision. Share the vision. Write this down. If you don't share the vision with your team is suffering. Your team will not perform. Your team will not meet the targets. Now, this is valid, and it's a reality, not only if you've got a business, but if you have also a family, if you have also a football team, if you are a trainer. I teach these same principles also to trainers and coaches of sports. Okay, as a gold Olympic coach, as a gold Olympic mindset coach, I work closely with the trainers, and this the same principle I teach them so they can perform well with their athletes. So step number 1, make sure you share the vision. If your team doesn't know where we are going, your team is going to suffer. Yes, exactly, Gabriela. They can't see the goal if you don't show them. So characteristic number 1 of a leader is share the vision. I have teams across the globe. I have a team in the States. I have a team in the UK. I have a team in Italy. I have a team in Bulgaria. I have a team also in India. So what happens? I need to give the vision to all my team. If I don't share the vision, the team doesn't know where they're going. Now, how can you expect your team or your company to have an amazing 2022 if you are not sharing the vision? So, for example, I shared the vision today in a meeting with my team. They were all connected around the world. I shared with them the vision, and I gave them 3 simple points. And that's the vision we are going to carry on for 2022. Characteristic number 2 of a leader. Characteristic number 2 of a leader. Get ready. You can see it on the screen right now, is lead by example. A lot of times, leaders are leaders just on the mouth. Just, I call them leaders of lip. Lip leaders, or lips leaders. Leaders who just only by the mouth, just talking. Lead by example. Walk your talk. What you say has to match and has to be coherent with what you do. If you are a leader and you say, hey, from tomorrow on, we are starting and we are having the meeting at 7, you can't be the one who comes at 7:01. You have to be there half an hour before, just to prepare. If you give a target to the team, you need to lead by example. Once again, remember when I was a director, I had to show the team how to sell. And by showing the team how to sell, I had to lead by example. I showed them how they have to maintain the energy. I showed them what words they have to use. I showed them how to behave and how to treat the client in order for them to become an amazing customer. Okay? Because, quick brackets, a client is somebody who comes and goes. A loyal customer is a raving fan. He will always buy from you whatever you offer them, and he will deeply trust you because you have built a relationship. Okay, so step number 1, we have done it. Share the vision. Step number 2, we have done it. Lead by example. Walk your talk. Another characteristic of a leader, and this is what I really love, because as an expert of human behavior, I know exactly how the brain works. Okay? So the other characteristic is you need to be an effective communicator. So effective communication is another characteristic of a successful leader. Communicate effectively. And I do trainings where I teach leaders and I teach people how to communicate effectively. Because listen, words are only 7% of the pie of communication. We've got other elements, which is tonality, the way you talk, and then you've got the body language. If I come to you in a meeting and I am stiff and angry, my body language is angry. Even if I tell you, I love you, I have told you I love you, but my body language is stiff, my body language is tight, is closed. So effective communication. Now, when you communicate effectively, there are certain things that happen in the brain of the person who is listening to you. Guess what? When you speak effectively, you allow the other person to be open to listen to you, to execute, or to buy. And I do this type of trainings. I teach people how to communicate effectively, because your communication is either empowering, so people want to stay with you, do business with you, or your communication is triggering, people starting to run away from you, people starting to avoid you. And when I was a director, I remember exactly when I was coming in the office, everybody was running away, disappearing, completely disappearing. And because they were disappearing, I realized, wait a minute, probably my communication is not effective. So one thing you need to understand is point number 3, the characteristic of a leader is to effectively communicate. Characteristic number 4 is be a decision maker. What does it mean? When I was doing this coaching with this client, I wrote down this: be able to take up difficult decisions. We live in a society where procrastinating or not deciding is a normality. As a leader, if you don't take a decision, if you're not a decision maker, your business may suffer and may lose a lot of money and a lot of shares in the market. So step number 4, characteristic number 4, be able to take up decisions. And when I talk about decisions, normally, let me tell you this, the word decision comes from Latin and it comes from recedere, decidere. So it's Cut, recedere, remove on. So when you take up a decision, you need to have the ability of cutting. So I remember I was scared of taking up decisions. I was scared of firing people. But when you are a leader, you need to be able to have that ability of taking decisions, being able to decide, being able to effectively leave a mark in your leadership. Take those risky decisions. Don't postpone them for the next day. Don't postpone them for the next meeting. Take up that decision. Characteristic of a leader is decision maker, able to take up decisions. And most of the times, the decisions are risky. But trust me, they will pay you as a great reward later on. Characteristic number five is full responsibility. Leaders take responsibility. Leaders have the courage to take full responsibility. And this matches with making decisions. Taking full responsibility. For my friends who are watching me right now, if you want to be a leader with your team, in your company, with your football team, with your sports team, be able to take full responsibility. What is the word responsibility? Responsibility is being able to respond, having the ability to respond. That's what responsibility is. And as a leader, you need to embrace responsibility. You need to love responsibility, regardless of the consequences. Love and embrace responsibility. And I do these trainings with companies, and I say it always. Managers and leaders are running away from responsibilities. And when you run away from responsibilities, you are not leading by example. When you run away from responsibilities, the team says, wait a minute. We had this vision, we had this target, we were going on that road, now we are getting lost. Simply because the leader, the manager, didn't take full responsibility. Okay? And then characteristic number six is acknowledge the achieved results. Oh, characteristic number 6, acknowledge the achieved results. Statistically, I know that in every single company, every 2 years, people need to change roles. Why do they need to change roles every 2 years? Because number one, you get used. Number two, you lose your stimuli and it becomes a routine. You get bored. So you need something that challenges you, something that excites you again. And I teach this in my leadership and management training. But what I want to tell you right now, acknowledge the achieved results. You need to be able to praise your team. I remember this. Whenever we used to achieve a result, a target, because when I was leading the sales in the company, we used to generate 10 million euro a month of revenue. Okay, with 600 people working. And what happens when you acknowledge the team and you tell the team, well done, we have achieved a great result, and you acknowledge individually people, guess what? In your brain, you release an hormone, which is the hormone called dopamine. And because dopamine is the hormone of happiness, you have released it. And because you have released it, you want more of that feeling. Okay? Remember this. Every human being loves to be acknowledged. Every human being loves to be praised. Hello, Julia. Every human being loves to be praised. So it's important for you to be able to praise your team. If you praise your team will even perform better. And if you praise them publicly and individually, that's the key word. Praise your team publicly and individually. The moment you praise your team public and individually, they will do anything for you. Because you have released in the brain dopamine. Now they want more. They want more. They want to give more. They want to do more. And then the last final characteristic of a leader, the last characteristic of a leader, as you can see, is delegate. Delegation. Delegation. You need to be able to delegate. Now, delegation is a long type of process. I don't have time. It's not the right time to talk about that. But in my leadership training, I show you the curve of what happens with your employee and with your team. Now, for those of you who are watching right now, I have a special invitation for you. It's the beginning of the year. If you are a leader or you've got a team that you want to lead, let me tell you one thing. I have an amazing program that you can apply for. It's only 69 pounds. And it's going to be, as you can see right now, it's going to be on 5th and 6th of February. So it's going to be in the next 15 days. Next 2 weeks, we're going to have this amazing two-day training. Okay. And let me tell you, I have companies who have signed up. They are going to come with their teams. So if you've got a company or you are a manager in a company, think about it. It's only 69 pounds for 2 days. I have made it no brainer. You don't have to think about it. 69 pounds. Sign up. It's going to be, Gabriella, it's going to be online. It's going to be virtual. I'm going to put the link on Instagram. As soon as I finish the live, I'm going to put it, okay? And you can register for it. If you have got a team, join in. Bring in your team members. Bring them all together. Why revision is important? This is an opportunity for you to allow your team to rediscover, to reinvent, to renew themselves. Why is this important? Why is this important? Because awareness creates change. Awareness creates change. The moment you allow yourself to be aware of something, now you can then face it. And in this training, I'm going to share you my unique model. This model is called AFAM. AFAM. Basically, it's awareness. You get aware of where you are and what you're doing. Then once you are aware, I'm going to show you how to face it. So F stands for face it. And then once you face it, now you can take action. And once you take action, now you can then, oh, Franca. Okay, from Italy, Franca. And then when you face it, you take action, now you can measure it. This is my formula. This is my secret formula of how to put your plan, your life, how to vision and then revision it. Yo, yes. Okay, so what happens? This program is called Revision. It's only 69 pounds and it's going to be from home. You need to just be at home, turn on your big screen or your laptop. I would recommend your big screen and your laptop, and we're going to spend 2 days together redesigning and writing your life. We are going to go deep and we are going to look at it. So as a leader with your company, bring in your team members. Why? Because we are going to sit down. We are going to revise. We're going to look at where we are right now, where you want to go. And then you're going to design a roadmap. We are going to look at what are those limiting beliefs that are stopping you. For those of you who have a company or you have a team, your team or your members are not performing because they have some blockages which are emotional. The moment we unblock those situations, what happens? Immediately your team will start to perform. Immediately your team will start to get the results that they want and the results that they're looking for. Now, for those of you who are on the social media which are visible right now, I'm putting in the comments. I'm putting right now in the comments the link. You can register right now. Click on that link and then you can register right now. For those of you who are right now on Instagram, as soon as the live is over and the video is done, I'm going to put it right down there so you can register and you can join in. All right? So what happens? Revision is a program that is going to allow you and enable you to be able to revise your life, to look at where you are, where you want to be, and what is stopping you. What are the roadblocks? Revision is a program that is going to make you look deep inside of yourself. And the moment you have awareness, you can then face it, you can then take massive action, and then guess what? You can measure it. What happens? Most of the times, people don't measure. And because they don't measure, they lose track. They lose their vision. Everybody at the beginning of the year starts saying, hey, I'm going to stop smoking. Hey, I'm going to go to the gym. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And guess what? We get on to today, 20th of January, and they have already given up. Why? Because they were not aware of what to work on. They didn't face it, or they didn't have the right support of a coach helping you to face those limiting beliefs, to face those fears, to understand what is your highest value, to find your purpose and your mission. That's what you're going to do in those 2 days. And then you're not able to take effective action. And because you're not able to take effective action, you cannot measure. So join in, and if you need any special requests, we have translation. I don't know which part of the world you're watching me, but if we have enough members from that country, I will also provide translation. Okay? So let me just put it for those of you who are watching right now. Yes, revision. Okay? Let me remove the banner. Yes, there you go. Revision. It's going to be Saturday, 5th and 6th of February. Okay? It's going to be from the morning to the evening. 2 full days where I'm going to be with you. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to provide for you the tools where you can look at where you are, look at what are the obstacles that are stopping you, and I'm going to share with you my unique formula. This formula is the formula that will help you to create awareness. You will be aware more of yourself. You'll be able to face any single challenge that may be stopping you or blocking you. You may be able to take now effective action. How many of you do something, and because you have done that thing, you do 1 step ahead, but then you do 15 backwards? We're going to work on that. And then module number 4 is going to be measure. So I'm going to share with you my formula. AFAM. AFAM. That's my formula. You're going to be aware. You're going to learn how to face whatever is stopping and challenging you and take effective action, and then measure your results. Measure your results. As a coach, I measure everything. Okay? So thank you for joining us right now in this live. It was my privilege to serve you, be with you. My name is Moses, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure you are able to live that outstanding life that you were created to live. This is Moses, and right now I'm out. I'm going to put back the link in the comment section so you can register. Come with your team, come with your family, come and attend the program revision. Thank you so much. Cheers, everybody. Ciao.